Yeah, I put on a light today too, so the light is a little better.
Awesome. Hey guys, Spidey Geo9 here. I hope you're having a marvelous day. I'm back again with the amazing Spider Guy, my buddy Brian. And what else are we going to talk about other than Spider Man, right? Love it.
Topical
Uh,
conversation.
Very topical conversation. And, what we saw last week was not only that this product kind of showed a preview, but they actually dropped pre orders out of nowhere, surprising everybody, including me, because I was not prepared for it. When I'm not prepared, like prepared to buy boxes, like, I had not been allocating funds. I'm thinking that X-Men Metal E-Pack will hit before this does, and
Right.
uh, I was very wrong. And not only did it drop last week, tomorrow, which will be Thursday, September the 2nd, depending on when you're watching this video, it'll drop in again for pre-orders. And I actually caught some wind that those who have kind of special memberships because they, buy so much product from Dave and Adams got access to the cards today. So it is on. Spider-Man Metal Universe is here, and we're going to be talking about it for some time, in my opinion. And I thought, who best to have on other than the amazing Spider Guy? So, man, thank you. So, what are your initial thoughts of this set?
Uh, Not again famously trying to cross fandoms here, but this is becoming my kryptonite. Uh, it's it's something I so desperately need but don't want in my life right now. I'm just trying to wrap my head around PMGs and getting through my adventures in 2017 FUSM. So to have a full metal line drop for just Spider-Man is awesome and just horribly timed for me personally, but it
Yeah,
looks awesome.
I'm with you. I hear you about the timing. And I guess the one thing that I am excited about when it comes to the timing is supposedly these boxes will ship and deliver over Christmas and New Year's break. And so, as someone who's looking forward to opening these boxes and looking forward to creating content with them, hopefully I'll have some downtime and be able to really enjoy it.
Yeah,
So I think that
that would be
timing is
good
pretty
time.
good. Well, look, hey, let's go through. Can you see this checklist? Well, it's not checklist, more of a previews list here, or do I
Yeah,
need to go full screen?
no, you're good.
So, like the first thing that really stands out to me, do you see turquoise in the Carnage there?
Hmm.
That's a new parallel that I'm not familiar with, that I haven't seen in sets previously. It was not in the X-Men set. But yeah, hey, Marvel Madness, yeah, it is a PowerPoint, but I didn't create it. It was already created. So I'm the lazy version. But
Skybox promo material.
well, shout out to Marvel Madness. He made his own PowerPoint presentation for X-Men Metal that really um, educated a lot of us before that release. But no, they took cues from Marvel Madness and made their own PowerPoint, so it made it easy to use. But I'm liking this turquoise. I don't know if that's. I think they're still going to have pink parallels, which was in X-Men Metal, which was not a fan favorite, and I don't think it wasn't a fan favorite because it was pink. I think it wasn't a fan favorite because the PMG reds also look pink. Does that make sense?
Yeah, there wasn't enough differentiation between the color palette, and it's
No,
hard to tell. Yeah.
right. What do you think about there not being one of one PMGs in this set?
Uh, one of ones is a weird commodity, collecting or otherwise. Uh, to limit your exposure to one of ones, I think is a good idea. Because how many
Mm-hmm.
one of one Spider-Man, one of one Venom, list goes on. Um, I think eventually, if it comes year after year, maybe we get a little like watered down. We get a little fatigue on that. The ones that are really hard to find or almost impossible. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't chase one of ones. There's a few that I
Mm-hmm.
have just by chance, but it's just one of those things. I don't think it makes or breaks it. It's just kind of fun to have.
Yeah, I mean, I like having one of ones in the set. As someone who happens to own a one of one to PMG, I'm glad that they're not other one of one PMGs personally, because it adds to the rarity, of the one of one PMGs. And so that's a selfish play. I get it, totally get it. But in the sense, I'm happy. And these are purple. These are called, I think FX is what they call them, purple FX. And they're one of ones. And you can see here the Scarlet Spider, which I love that image of Scarlet Spider, by the way.
Yeah.
And it looks really good with that purple. That I would not be mad to rainbow a Scarlet Spider. So I'm just scrolling here through again this this kind of PowerPoint presentation here. The planet metals are back, but the numbering is different from what we saw in the X-Men metal. You have obviously the aluminums, and then you have 20 of 25 gold, 20 of 99 copper, which was 85 in the X-Men metal set, and the golds were out of 15 in X-Men metal. And then they stayed with the 49 numbering, 20 of 49 for the platinum. So it's interesting that they changed the numbers. And I'm thinking it's because they believe they're going to sell and make more boxes. Do you think that?
I think so. I think
Yeah.
that's kind of like how we were chasing all the EPAC exclusives achievements for FUSM. The more times you can print the same card with just a slight variation, you're kind of your profits are.
Yeah,
I
no
have like
doubt.
I have like 6 of every same card, same art, just something slightly different on it. It's like,
Slightly
okay,
different.
yeah, the
Well,
completist enemy's going nuts.
but to keep the ratios correct, I think that's why you're seeing more parallels and you're
Right.
seeing different number set. Even the kind of the makeup of the inserts is similar to the X-Men metal. But what I really want to draw our attention to here is look at that green foiling and look at the red foiling. Now, I know this is just concept art to some degree, but if they really do hit that coloring, the red and the green, I think this set is going to skyrocket.
So now that Mysterio, that's high series then, right?
That would be
Based on
high
what I've seen
series. Mm-hmm.
in metal. Yeah.
And the high series, the X-Men, for the most part, hearken to kind of their first appearance, so to speak.
Oh, I
So
see.
attempt to be first appearance imaging. And so you can surmise what does the high series Spider-Man look like.
An AF-15 cover swipe, or at least the
Mm-hmm.
art.
The
Yeah.
high series Wolverine is the first full solo cover of Wolverine, not first
Okay.
appearance,
Right.
but so it was cover. So yeah, I mean, I cannot imagine any PMG of Fantasy 15, Amazing Fantasy
Well,
15 cover.
yeah, and there's a lot of cool stuff about this set, which I'm sure are disclosed in some upcoming slides regarding AF-15.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
that's a whole
we're
nother
gonna be.
surprise.
It really is. Let's see what we get in the comments. So Creation Matrix says, I'm gonna have to get a few packs of these. They're triggering my nostalgia of going to the store and buying packs. Hey, Creation Matrix, you're preaching to the choir, my friend. There's
Yeah.
nothing like ripping some packs, bringing back that nostalgia feeling. That's still probably my favorite part of the hobby. I mean, I love to collect and complete, but ripping packs is still my favorite part. And I'm in love with this silk, the red in this silk here. Now,
If it's
sick.
that true to color, that'd be great.
Yeah, if I hear you, and I'm with you on that. And I I wish there was some way that we could like preview the cards in hand. Where someone would get to open a box 3-4 weeks before and we could see them. But I understand the risk of doing that. Why they wouldn't do it.
Right. Yeah, they want everyone to order those boxes first.
Yep, they want us to gamble first. Now they're also going to have parallels that are orange, so that's interesting because we're going to have gold too. So you have gold cards, grandioses, orange, and turquoise that go along with the pinks. I don't know. That's fascinating, and those are not PMGs. But again, I think that's because the print run's going to be so much higher that they had to fill in those gaps on the parallel. That's
Right.
just my guess. Could be wrong. Uh, New cool insert here is the Rogues Gallery. Uh, and the few that I've seen of these Rogues Galleries, they look pretty cool. I'm not sure if they're numbered cards. Are you aware if they're numbered?
I don't think they are. I'd imagine Rogue's Gallery is going to follow something similar to Jambalaya or something like that. It might
Mm,
have a similar rarity. It's just my impression looking at it and where it
right,
falls.
right. So it'll be a shorter print, but not numbered.
Correct. That's my
Got
thought.
you. Hmm. Now I saw the carnage of this Rogues Gallery, and it was kind of the Donny Cates carnage with the swirl on the forehead.
Yep. Yep.
So I wonder if and then I've seen Doc Ock, and it was definitely kind of a modern spin on Doc Ock. So I'm wondering if it's going to be kind of the modern versions of the Rogues Galleries.
Yeah. A little. Here's what these characters look like now, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. So hey, good night, Marvel Madness. Take care, bud. Well, I think for me, if I had to, you know, outside of PMPs and outside of what you and I are going to talk about here in a minute, the card I would love to hit is the Platinum Portrait Spider-Man. Have you seen Platinum Portraits in hand from the X
I've
set?
I think I've seen them in like basketball. I think I've seen a
Yeah,
few sports cards done,
it,
but I've not seen any non-sports like that.
yeah, it's definitely a basketball card. Um, I haven't held one myself personally, but the people that I've heard that have say that they're much more impressive person. And the X-Men medal was one out of 600 boxes. 600 boxes, or no, one in 600 packs. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say,
One, in,
yeah.
yeah, that'd be a lot. One in 600 packs. So I think this is going to be a huge hit if you're able to pull one Spider-Man for sure.
Yeah, I wonder how many are uh, in the set out of
I don't
those.
know. I don't know. I think any of them would be good, but that Spider-Man, I like the way they did that portrait. I really do. Let's see. Doom card palladiums are cut like the TI-22s. Well, the X-Men was supposed to be cut that way as well, but didn't. They went corner to corner. Um, but yeah,
Uh,
these are supposed to be die cut. So we'll see if it actually happened. I don't know. Uh,
Interesting.
I like the X-Men palladiums. So either way, I love for them to be die cut. But if not, then that's okay.
If they're die cut, my concern is because aren't the jambalayas are die cut in
That's
2017,
correct.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
they have some funky edge wear, especially on the back side of
They're,
most of those cards.
I mean, just about everyone that I've seen comes out of the pack with whiting for sure, but some type of rubbing because it's hard to cut that circle with a clean edge. I mean,
Yeah,
just is.
yeah. So I'll be interested to see what happens with these ones.
But these are acetate, so it might be a little bit easier.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's true.
Hey, Creation Matrix. How much are the packs retailing for? Well, it's going to change every week because of the way this works. Unfortunately, there's not an MSRP like a suggested retail price.
Until they
Whatever
hit EPAC, right?
until they hit EPAC. So let me be specific. The hobby boxes, the physical boxes, uh, those are kind of released at entry level price, and then as soon as they quote sell out, they come back there at a higher price until they reach a point where they're not selling out. I think over a certain period of time. It's kind of some way in which they're gauging it, and they're basically testing how much the market will bear. Is the way I understand it. Um, it's unfortunate in a lot of ways because you don't know what to prepare for. But just to give you an idea, X-Men Metal started out about $90 a box. It ended at around $300 a box. Spider-Man Metal started at $238 a box. And I can tell you that tomorrow the release will be 56 a box. Where will it end in the end? I do not know. I don't know. Hopefully not over
Yeah, that's tough.
$300 a box, but it's not going to be pretty. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, how many mortgage payments you want to throw at cards this month?
That's exactly right. Now I've been selling stuff. I have a box right here, not a box, a stack, 50 comic books that I'll be doing a auction on this weekend to get hopefully about $750 to $1,000 to be able to go towards
All right.
boxes. So,
There you
but the
go.
books that that's why I have them. That's why I have those books for that reason. Sweet. Yeah, that's a lot for a box of cards. You are 100%
Yeah.
correct. But the problem is people are going to be chasing precious metal gems and Spider-Man precious metal gems at that. So
And
here are,
also,
and what else? What would you say?
and also,
Oh
I
yeah.
see
Well,
we're
look,
on we're on the slide.
yeah, actually, I would actually like for you to talk about it if that's okay.
Okay. All right. So Amazing Fantasy is, as we all should know, if not, exit immediately and go Google it. Amazing Fantasy 15 is the first appearance of Spider-Man. 1962, easily one of the top three coveted comic books in all of comic book lore and history. Isn't there like an 8.5 on Golden right now? I know that's a four-letter
It's
word for a lot of people,
no, no,
but
no. It's a 9.6 on Golden, and last I heard, I think it's around 3 million.
right, right. So I mean, this book is just, most books are shattering previously held records, but the book is just a piece of history.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, like a point 0.5 is going for like 8 or 9 grand right now.
Yeah,
And
3.0 is 35,000. It's insane.
yeah, 12 months ago, you could have had it for 10, 11,000. I know, because I was even looking at one and I was like, that's a lot of money to spend on a single book. And then I'm like, oh, great. Now it's a car.
Right,
Um,
right.
but yeah, so AF-15, like the comic cuts of FUSM, and I'm not sure if other releases had it as well, but the comic cuts were really cool, non-serialized, but highly, just really rare, just really low
Mm-hmm.
production in FUSM. So the single cut panels were like 1 out of 600 boxes, I think, 600 packs. You got me on the boxes now.
Sorry about that.
Uh, and the dual cuts were out of like 1,250 box packs. And so now they're throwing in this Amazing Fantasy 15 comic cut, which basically means they've found some old tattered versions of AF-15, cut out some pieces of it, and put it in one of these thicker cards. And so now you can own a piece of AF-15 embedded into a single card. And that's pretty stinking cool.
I think it's incredibly cool, but I think they nailed the presentation looking at this image.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that to me, like, um, I have them not quite in reach of the X-Men metal, and they did fine, but it's kind of got this grayish border which doesn't pop, But the Amazing Fantasy with this red border and the Amazing Fantasy logo at the top to me is just incredible. I suspect they'll be numbered. Are they going to be numbered out of 10? I don't
Oof.
know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Uh,
That might
I
be.
wish,
I wonder what the pull rate on that's going to be. It's probably going to be like 1 out of 2,500 packs.
right, it's going to be insane. I really wish, I wish Stan was still around to sign it, but unfortunately, he's not, and that's kind of the way it is. I'm super excited about that card. It would be a pull of a lifetime. I'm excited about these Z Forces. It's a basketball insert, but it was very much a basketball insert I had as a kid, so I remember it really well. And this is where I was telling you about the Carnage
All
and the
right.
Doc Ock, and you see how they're kind of more of a modern version of the villain.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I was thinking about this looking at the Rogues Gallery, so I was a little bit flipped around. But I think these are great cards and great inserts. But
Now,
they also
how
talk
it
about,
says Super Rave
yes, we're going to get
limited numbering.
this
What are the numbering
Super
on
Rave,
those?
Super Rave, Amazing Rave, Gold Rave parallels, all featuring limited numbering.
Huh.
Um, Anything numbered to me is a plus. I think
Right.
that's just the way to go. I love it. Um, and so I'm happy to see that we got what I guess is 4 different rares. Anytime I see Super Rave, Amazing Rave, I don't know why it makes me think of Pokemon because they have the rare, super rare, amazing rares. It makes me think like that. But
Ah, interesting.
it's
I didn't
cool.
know that.
We got some options here. Um, Only a few of the cards are actually metal. That's called Planet Metal. The rest of them just have the metal name and logo because it harkens back to an original set in 1995 metal cards from Marvel. Yeah, you're right. That's the big three: Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man. So, well, there's another comic cut here. It's not going to be the Amazing Fantasy. There appears to be two different types of comic cuts: the Amazing Fantasy inserts, and then the everything else.
Right.
The X-Men
Those would
Metal,
be cool.
they only went down to issue 2. They have an issue number 1 of the comic cuts.
Wow.
And so to me, to get an Amazing Fantasy comic cut, I mean, obviously there's a budget. They're thinking they're going to make more, sell more, so they can access more inserts and spend,
Sure.
10,000 comic book and chop it up, or whatever they did. Probably not that much, but
Yeah, they've got connections. They know what they're doing.
They do, don't they? So we got Daily Bugles here. This is I need you to help me on this one because it says booklet cards.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I mean, if it's anything like the sketch booklets we've seen, then these sound like they would be double or triple panel, or maybe a 5x7. I'm not sure, because I know they did some stuff with what was it? MM20, right? Marvel Masterpiece 20. They had some oversized sketches. I'm not too sure on the booklets, but it implies it's definitely larger format.
Yeah, larger format, and it says look for the SPs, which I'm sure means short prints. So that'll be interesting. Hey, and Spider Guy Frank Ruiz says, "What's up, Justin?" That is the original owner and the person who pulled the gold 1/1 Spider-Man.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah. So Frank,
the Messiah.
He really is. Frank has the purple 1/5 Spider-Man of the same card. Not Frank. I'm sorry. No, you do. Frank doesn't. I'm telling Frank that you do. I apologize. I mixed up the names.
Okay.
Yeah. So Frank, Spider Guy has it. Yeah. He has an amazing set. He really does.
Yeah, most of it's on Instagram, I think now. Pending a few more. I couldn't stop the addiction. I got one more purple coming this week.
Did you really? Are you saving it? Is it going to be a surprise?
Yeah, that'll be a surprise. But it's a symbiote, I'll tell you that.
Oh, well, that's awesome. That is awesome to hear. I know where a gold 1/1 symbiote is if you're ever looking.
Oh, always looking.
So we've got brand new Skyscraper Shadow Box cards. And I'm assuming that these are like the geodes,
Right.
And we'll replace, I guess geodes are going to be the thicker card that's kind of layered. I can't remember what they call those. I mean, I guess a shadow box. I guess because it's Peter Porker, I'm not really excited. I'll probably be excited for other characters. Nothing against Peter Porker.
Yeah.
I mean, and I have 2 of his action figures, so obviously I'm not like anti Peter Porker. It just doesn't get me excited.
Right. It's not doing it for you.
Not really doing it for me. Now, I really do like this base Miles here, Miles Morales. And I love how the web is coming out, in front of him.
Yeah.
And that card in just about any parallel, I mean, the base card looks great, but parallel wise, the red, the green, it's going to be really nice.
Yeah, it's a nice piece of art.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, this is 1/1 base or high series purple parallels. That basically mean there's a 1/1 of every base in high series that happens to be purple.
That's correct. So there'll be 200 of those.
Wow. 200. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Because I saw that with X-Men Metal, and I was like, well, isn't that kind of like where PMG's like purple, right? I'm getting my wires crossed, but I was like, they should stick with that branding. It works so well.
I think so, but it feels to me like they've committed, because let's just be real, so many sports guys have joined the Marvel trading card community that they've gone back to that original 97, 98 format for the PMGs. So 1/10 and then 11 through 100 for the reds. And then nothing else is going to, excuse me. I don't know. I don't know if they'll do blues again. I'm confused by that. I like blues. I like blue PMGs. I hear rumors of EPAC blues, but I don't know if it's true.
That would be interesting if they put a whole set of PMGs on EPAC only.
Yeah, but what that's the thing. Will it be a PMG? Like, would it replace the pinks for EPAC? And it'd be a
Right.
blue parallel, you know. So, but it just seems to me that I like the idea of kind of protecting the brand of the PMGs without, because when you have 200, if you put 5 times 200 in a set, it gets, I mean, there's 20,000 X-Men PMGs because of the
Wow.
greens. You see what I'm saying? 200 times 10.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
2,000, sorry, 2,000 of them. And am I doing that math right? Yeah. And there's 2,000 greens. There's
Right.
20,000 total. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
And so if you also do blues and five and golds out of five, and purples out of five, and golds out of one, it really balloons up quite a bit.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Where like the 2017 set was only 50 of the cards are have the ability to be PMGs.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a much shorter print run.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's what's going on there. For those who need to know, you'll still have sketch cards, and this does say one of one X-Force Super Rave. So there'll be other one of ones, not only the one of ones for the base and high series. So that's fascinating.
Interesting. I wonder what X-Force has to do with Spider-Man, or is that something?
Oh, that's a great point. I think X-Force is the type of card.
Uh,
I think, but X-Force is a team in X-Men in Marvel.
yeah.
So that's certainly true. We will have autographed cuts. Be cool to see who those are. I actually picked up a Donny Cates Carnage comic cut out of 2019-20 Marvel Annual today, and I couldn't pass it up. Donny Cates is a superstar writer. He's
Right.
writing some of the best storylines of our time right now, and I got it for $23.
Man, you're just scoring all these killer deals.
Yeah, I was like, it was a buy it now. It wasn't.
Oh wow.
I was, how can I not buy that?
No, you did the right thing.
Yeah, easy thing. So, look, hey, I know you're short on time, and we've come up against the clock. Wow, that went really fast. So,
Yeah, wow, it did.
I really appreciate you joining. I'll say thank you. So, guys, hey, today I get home, get a package in the mail, and Brian, his name's on it. I was like, what did I buy again? I don't remember.
Yeah, whoops.
Because that happens, right? But it was a rather large box, and I was like, what could this be? And I actually have it right here. And Brian was so thoughtful. He sent me a kind note, which I'm not going to read, but there it is on there. And but it had a cool, here. Let me go to a bigger screen here. Let me do this. There's some really cool stuff in it. So we're gonna exit screen. There we go. Yeah, had a cool Spider-Man and stickers. And I'm like, oh, what do these stickers go to? Well, they go to the Spider-Man Jeep.
Of course.
How about that? True 90s style Spider-Man Jeep. And so if you're not familiar with me and the channel, I have about 1,000 Marvel Legends, and a significant portion of those are Spider-Man. So I'll be able to have them riding in style now on my display. So I really do appreciate that, man. And there was another Spider-Man in there. I don't see it right here. I think I got it sitting over there. But it had like 11 points of articulation. The old one.
Yeah, that was you've kind of got three different generations. I can run through it real quick. You had three different generations of creation. The multi-jointed one was the first release from Toy Biz at the 4-inch scale that came out in like 92. Spidey drives all sorts of stuff, man.
He's got a Spidey buggy. He's got a buggy, a Jeep. What else has he got? He's got all kinds of stuff.
He's got a few helicopters. He's got Thanos beat on the helicopters. He's got and there's a million. There's a book coming that will tell you all about it.
Can't wait.
But that first multi-jointed Spidey was kind of cool. a lot of times the blue ended up getting faded, which you will see a lot of these examples that it got exposed to a little bit of sun, got faded. Then the Spidey Jeep came out in like 98, 99 in
Okay.
the heyday of Toy Biz and the animated series that they supported. So the Web Runner or Web Runner Jeep has all sorts of stickers and gadgets and missiles and goofy 90s
Yeah, I'm gonna
galore stuff.
put it together later. It's gonna be fun.
And then the last figure you got was a chrome 4-inch Spider-Man that was a Walmart exclusive that came out during Spider-Man 3. So
Yeah, it's got
Sam
some real
Raimi's,
weight. It's got some weight to it. The web detail is really nice.
yeah, they did a lot of good job on the detail on those figures. Not my favorite scale, but it fits the Jeep quite well.
Oh, very
And
cool.
and yeah, so that Spidey's pretty cool. I wouldn't say he's the hardest thing to find, but definitely not the most basic figure. So
Really?
yeah, I think you'll find those on Amazon for like 75, $80 nowadays, depending on
Holy smokes! And this one looks
uh,
really clean.
that's my entire collection is ridiculously clean. Everything's bagged and, you know,
That
cataloged.
is so cool. I was laughing at the other Spider-Man, the one that you were first talking about, that has the like 11 points of articulation, and um, even though it has 11 points of articulation, the head doesn't move. I was laughing. His arms move, his hands move, his elbows move, everything else moves, and his head doesn't move. I was laughing.
Yeah, he's got some neck problems. It's Spidey after he's been in a fight.
Do you have the 2010 SDCC 3 3/4 Spider-Man?
So I actually omit the 3 3/4 line entirely from what I consider my collection. So anything that strays too far outside of what is considered the main line.
The main line, got you. So that's typically going to be around 4 inches to 7 inches. Is that about right?
Yeah, they just got bigger as time went on. So they
Mm-hmm.
started at 3 3 and 3 1/4, the small Mago guys,
Mm-hmm.
and then they went on to like actually. I think,
So, guys, who you're talking to here with the Amazing Spider Guy, he is basically taking a historical documentation of Spider-Man action figures from the 70s till today. And that's why you see Spider-Man posed in the back and his setup with his camera. And that's why his knowledge is so extensive and deep.
so these were the first ones that came out,
Mm-hmm.
and they're pretty tiny.
Yeah.
This is the one that came out in the early 90s, and he's a little bit bigger, and that's the
Mm-hmm.
same scale as the one you've got.
Right.
And then they came out with this guy at 5 inches,
Yeah, I remember
and
that
then
very well.
now all the Marvel Legends are at 6. So
6.
you've kind of got, the baggage doesn't show, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, then they drop down to 3 3/4. They've done 8 inch, 10 inch. They've kind of been all over the place. Just depends on
Mm-hmm.
what line it is. But these are all what the main action figure line is. That's what I've always been uh,
On a
about.
on another talk one night, I'll get down my Spider-Man from my childhood and let you tell me like what year, what's all things about it. Right? That'll be fun.
All right. Yeah. We'll
Awesome.
do a deep dive into the toys one of these days.
Well, thank you. It was such a surprise to see that package and open it up. It really meant a lot to me, and really do appreciate it.
I can't promise it every time we do a show, but it was awesome
No,
to be a part of it, and happy to geek out.
love it, man. Hey, well, everybody, thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching us live tonight. It's always fun to talk Spider-Man. Fun to talk Spider-Man metal cards. There'll be more of that chat as we move forward to the release date. And as always, have a marvelous day.
See ya.
Peace.